Hey, so I'm making this video in regards to someone basically contacted me today, sending me the emails which are really silly regarding his theory that apparently Google itself runs some sort of government body which apparently checks the spam score of every site in the world, which makes no sense. But I'm going to explain it either way if you're wanting to understand spam score regarding Google or spam score regarding metrics like, say, Moz or something else. So, does you having a high spam score matter in really any way? In basic terms, no. Unless you can say something is very wrong with your link building. For example, you've got basically purely terrible links done, your site is not ranking for anything, it's quite an old site, it's got good content, then we can probably say your off page needs some work done, meaning you could maybe use, if you want to, Moz or another spam score checking software to then potentially help you gauge how to do your link building better or how to potentially improve your clients' rankings in the search engines. But in regards to should you care, in general, it's not really worth worrying about. As long as the sites you're getting are ranking for different keyword and keyword phrases that getting traffic, all the rest of it doesn't really matter too much what your score is in most cases regarding spam, whether you're applying Moz's system or something else. In general, Google itself does not rely on any third metric thing. You don't rely on Moz's one, we don't rely on Majestic's one, they don't rely on Hrefs ones, they don't rely on SEMrush's ones. They have their own separate system, meaning if you're relying on a third-party software to potentially try and prove what Google does, that's probably never going to work. Google itself has a completely different system in most cases to how the other SEO softwares work, such as Majestic, Ahrefs, SEMrush, all the rest of them. Depending on how far you want to go into the concepts of how they use metrics, all the rest of it, most of them, to my knowledge, how exactly it worked, most of them regarding sort of DA, DR sort of things, the reasons for why exactly these things were set up, it was kind of in some cases, from what I was able to learn before, it was like their versions of PageRank. In a lot of cases, some of the SEO softwares themselves that have some sort of metric in place to rate sites, a lot of them were based quite heavily or purely on PageRank itself. Now, I'm not going to get into an argument if you want to support PageRank or anything like that, as it's really matter first video, but you have to be aware, as a whole, their metrics are completely separate to Google's ones. Meaning, if your site's got 100 trust flow, that doesn't guarantee now your site is perfect, it's brilliant, it's going to make millions of pounds every month. The same with as well, if you have a trust flow of 5, that doesn't then guarantee your site's terrible or a D of 20, 30, whatever. That doesn't guarantee anything. That is just a metric another software uses to try and work out the quality of a website. That's all it means. Nothing more, nothing less. Anyway, I hope that explains it to you well enough regarding spam scores. So if someone tells you apparently Google itself has some government body or a government body apparently does some sort of spamming regarding link building checking, don't hire them. Don't hire them, don't touch my bird. So anyway, that's all for the video. Thanks, and have a good week.